So we are at Frontenac State Park. Sandpoint Beach is that way. We're going to take that trail today, but it was 27 degrees when I left home, and I think it went up to 28 now, but I'm going to show you. I have a hard time hiking in this time of year. So it's pretty foggy out this morning, but this is my mirror from driving through the fog this morning. If you can see that down there. So let me get geared up and then we'll head out on the trail. We are headed out from the parking lot to the trail. Roads on the way here. We're pretty slick around corners, just because there's fog. And I'm going to share with you what I'm wearing because even though it's foggy and you can see there's snow, this trail is pretty much guaranteed to be wet. So I'm actually wearing my barn boots that are pretty waterproof and insulated because, and this is why I'm guaranteed pretty much thinking it's going to be wet. So let's head out. So as you can see, there's a squirrel again. It's pretty foggy. I am curious to see if it'll be foggy at the river, which is in Mississippi. So, but because of this fog, my hands are freezing. So I'm going to be wearing gloves too. Let's look at So, look at how the moss is thriving on the trees here. It's actually the end of December, I think the 30th today. But I'll got to this. This big wet moss. Look at how but it has been fog for like a week and a half straight. So, and Miss Antsy Pantsy here is getting cabin fever. But sometimes you just gotta say, I don't care, I gotta go. It's not that I don't mind hiking in the fog. I don't like driving in icy roads. We were just out and suddenly come upon this, try to zoom in, this tree that fell over. Got struck, I'm not really sure. Squirrel running on top of it. Let me try to find it again. Here's the tree. Look at that, even the roots got pulled out. Sorry. Look at that. Must have made a loud boom when it fell. Headed back to the trail. Right here, right before the bridge, is deep sandy area. Now this is a new bridge. I just put it up this year, but still icy. You can see how easy. So you need both hands to cross this. So I'm not going through that mucky stuff. But just because it looks clear, there's a layer of ice on it from the fog and moisture. See you on the other side. So, across the bridge, usually if I end up falling due to ice, it's usually coming off because my confidence level is a little higher. So this time I hung on to the railings and literally just slid my boots across. But we made it. That almost looked like a foot. So over down there is a floodplain. So saw the snow melt recently. Oh, I can't tell if it's just foggy and misting or if it's starting to sprinkle a little. But that's why I expect it to be wet here. So, right, I'll get you a better view of the floodplain coming up here. And because it's a floodplain, stuff washes ashore here all the time. Every spring, a lot of debris is left here. See? Both sides. And if it's just that, you're lucky. But there's the floodplain marshy area. That'd be great for duck hunting. I don't know, I don't hunt, so you can see some, looks like fog coming off of it, that one area. And up here's our little cabin shelter thing. I think something's been digging here. Finding a lot of these little holes very sporadically. So I'm going to put the phone away until we are on the beach. So we are coming up on the beach. Sorry if the camera gets a little unsteady. Very sinky sand here. Oh, that's going to jump this time. But here's the ice forming. And here, let's try to zoom in. Okay, I can't see what that thing is. So for those of you that don't know, this is what, when the ice cracks, you're hearing. Right now I'm walking on a little footbridge. This is the best time of year to come because the sand isn't too hot for the doggies' feet. But you can see the ice buckling. So look at that little pool of water underneath the snow covered up by the sand. Now, just because it's ice, the fact that it's been almost 40 degrees this weekend, and this is on a major river with, well, right about here there probably isn't too much current, but I would not be walking out on that ice yet. Especially considering right here you can see how thin it is. It's just funny how this beach is here, but the state parkland starts right there. And a lot of people do come up and dock here in the summer, which makes for fun hiking with the dog, because I can't take a boat out because I don't have that kind of boat. But she's a nice, friendly dog, so that helps. See you at the end. So we're coming out here on the point. Be careful, Rue. It's falling through the snow because it's warm. Now, see how right now it curves to the right? 90% of the time, that's usually how it is. Just because of the tide. I have seen it curve to the left, usually when the winds are really strong from the south. Now, because I have waterproof boots on, I'm going to go out here a little bit. Show you. See, this is why I wouldn't trust the ice yet. But look here. Starting to crack. And out there, there's a buoy. Can't zoom in, but you might be able to see it. And over there is our main bluff hiking area, which is completely obscured. But this is why I like wearing waterproof boots. Usually you can go out, depending, like right there, you can kind of see probably sandy there. It's just frozen over, so you can't get through. But this is an ever-changing landscape here. It's usually almost always sand and birds and bird crap, but it does change. Sometimes it's wider there, very narrow here. Sometimes it's barely visible because of the water being high. But see, those aren't from Rue. And they're next to human footprints, so I'm guessing it's a dog. I mean, I know there's wolves in the area somewhat, but I've never seen them here. I mean, back in the day, Mississippi wouldn't be hard. Is that a shell? It looks like a shell. Yeah, it's a shell. I do want to kind of come out one day with a metal detector just to see if you can find anything. Because, I mean, I have to imagine with everything that washes up, you'd find something. There's another shell. But, now, once there is snow that, stays, they do groom the main trail here for skiing, and it's labeled as skiing only. So, but there's a good size. The one on the right is the one I thought might be a wolf. That one's Rue. So it's quite a size difference. And I think it's just a big dog. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one with this thought train. But I doubt you'll see any boats on the water. There might be barges out in the deep end, but they ain't gonna be visible today. We can go explore the other side a little bit. So this is the south side, and the current 90% of the time is just from the north here. You can see how it's pretty much frozen right up. There's a layer of ice right up until the beach. So the other side has some open water along the beach more. Ooh, there's a full shell on 2 levels. It's actually intact and, well, full of sand. And over on the other side by the entrance, probably right about over there, maybe a frisbee. I hope that washes up, because we decided to donate that to Peppy, the lake monster of Lake Pepin, because she didn't want to swim out and get it one day. She wanted to swim, just not get the frisbee. And so as we get more inland, I can feel the breeze. I don't think I can zoom in. I'll probably stop and get a picture of what you see up there. So just walking along, you can see it barely sink in, and then boom. That seems a little quick sandy there. But we can go as far as we can on this side, because this is the only time I've had that option. It's usually the water is right up to the thicket and just disgustingly muddy or something. There's a rock here. So here we are coming upon, it looks like it might be the end of our trail, but see the ice sheets rising above. Maybe. Looks like a really old man. There's the eagle again. And look at how the beach down here is mainly shells. And then there's the funky thing. But just walking along here makes me realize how lucky we are to be able to do this. Can you imagine back in the day when wildlife was still pretty prevalent? I'm positive there would have been bear and wolves around here back in the day. And, well, wolves would have loved the shoreline, so that they would have been here. And due to our ancestors and our development and everything, they kind of disappeared. But, so right here, it looks like is the flat, marshy area. Looks like there's a trail there. We have to check that out more in the summertime. Oh, it stinks here. Like a marsh. That's probably why. like I said, we're gonna go as far as we can. Yeah, I have to get this away. Oh, I found an old tire. It looks like we're kind of reaching the end of the line here. But this is just really neat considering we've never been able to go this far. Ooh, don't go any further. See, just kind of buckles and then it's ice that might be too deep for us. But walk all the way back out to the Sandpoint. Maybe not all the way to the point, but where we can cross safely. But look at this ice buckling. And all these shells. Not sure what that is. If that's just tinier shells. But like this would be stuff. When I think of wild animals, I would think a moose would love this area. But we are literally walking on a shelf ridge. Now, as those shells break down because we don't have coral reef here, so our sand is usually from broken down shells. So it looks like somebody walked through there. We got bird tracks. Gonna stop it for now. So we came up, found a place to cross over. Here's the floodplain. We were way over on the other side here to come up. So that's why it's called the floodplain. And I'm gonna go back down to where we were walking. That there looks like it might be the handiwork of a beaver. It's just something hot pink up in there. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like it could either be a tent or a capsized boat. And if it's a tent, I really don't want to be the one finding out. Here's what we saw. I wasn't sure what it was. Honestly, still not sure what it is. Like it might be part from a United States Coast Guard size, I think. Oh my god, it's heavy. Oh, so there's the marsh area again. Probably just stay up here, versus going back down on the beach on the wooded area. Looks like there's kind of a trail. Thought that was gold at first. It's probably just caulking or styrofoam. That'd be awesome if it was a big chunk of gold. He was trying to smell her way back. So we made it back to the beach. We're not gonna walk all the way out to that point. We're just gonna cross over right here. I mean, I will walk straight across, but I don't feel like scrambling through dead trees. So I'll go up to that area, cross over. It's definitely getting warmer out. Or the fog is starting to come down because I am starting to sweat. And I'm really warm right now. Sorry, that's the leash clinging together. How did I miss that green thing earlier? We'll investigate that too. Here it is. Looks like pretty much the same thing we saw, just green. But if anybody knows what these things are, please let me know. So I have no clue. But it blends in pretty well. That one. The other one didn't. I mean, we were red and all. I'm guessing that spot way out in the ice is just another log because it hasn't moved at all. So we're on the way back to the car, but I thought this was kind of neat. Not really sure what's going on here. It's fresh, and you have this over here. Not sure if it's just more dried out, old. I have no idea. Just kind of unique. Something I've never seen before. Now, when I say we're near freezing, I would chance my feet getting wet on the mud versus going on that ice-covered thing, bridge walkway thing. I love how there's not many places to hike where you can actually get away from the sounds of humans around here. Planes. You have trains. And there is a trail that walks around. To be honest, if we were to go to it, it would basically take us another way to the beach. I just don't quite feel like going that way today. But I was sick earlier this week, so I'm not going to push myself too hard either. Like a stomach bug, fever, cold, chills. Just a couple days, but there's our moss blanket. That's literally what it looks like. So because we can actually see recently, these ruins here from an old fort have no real clue what that is. Got a post. Sorry, not sure how much of that got cut off because I was short of storage, so I had to delete some stuff. But here's the other side. I don't think I've actually ever seen that before, that rounded one. But in that the round's not going to eat you and swallow you up here, I can kind of go investigate a little more. It looks like it might be more intact. Okay, so here's the entrance. Okay, I'm back in the car. Let me just turn it off so it's not so loud. The roads did not feel as slick when we crossed it to get back to the parking lot, so hopefully they won't be as bad going home as they were coming here. This is one of our favorite spots, but we will be heading home, so happy trails until next time. Okay, bye.